with this Bears team. You hear, I know somebody who you want to talk about. Maybe we could just jump right into is Louis Riddick, writing them off like they're going to be the worst team in the NFL this year. I mean, like, come on. Just because you have a bad year the year before doesn't mean you're not taking steps towards being better the next year. And I think that's exactly what's happening. Doesn't mean next year has to be horrible. They can't spend more money to get where they want to be. And this is a step forward, too, I think, for the Bears this year. They'll probably have a losing record. They might finish around 500. But we're so early in this process. How do you know that they're going to be horrible this season? Like, Matt Nagy was not that great of a head coach, number one. And that was your best friend, and you're salty because your best friend got fired, Mr. Louis Riddick. What do you think about all that?
Well, and I think this is what it ultimately comes down to. You know, the McCaskies didn't want to bring Louis Riddick in because we have something against bald people. After Matt Nagy and all the other bald people that we've had in our team's history, we just didn't want to go with another bald guy at the GM position, so they selected Ryan Poles instead. But, you know, nothing that we saw from Justin Fields with, you know, Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy at the helm is indicative of what we're going to see this year. It's like, I don't understand why people are already so quick to throw Fields to the winds like he's just going to be terrible, like he's going to be a bust, like Ohio State quarterbacks are cursed. And if you throw on the, you know, the blue and orange and play quarterback for the Chicago Bears, you're also cursed. Like I'm not gonna, you know, secede to that narrative. I believe that, yeah, like you said, we're not going to be a playoff team. Like, I don't think we're going to be like a 10 or 11 win team, but the win total at plus 100, 6.5 wins, like, I can see it happening. I can name literally 7 fucking teams right now off top. You know, like we play the Lions twice. You play the Jets and the Giants. You play or I don't know if we play the Jaguars. I might be wrong about that. You play the Texans, which are basically the same thing as the Jaguars, like an absolute shit show. You play the Commanders. You play the Dolphins. Like, there are winnable games all across this schedule. We had a competitive team last year for the most part. Like, it wasn't like we were just getting shellacked every week. Like, a lot of games we lose in crunch time minutes. The Bears are pro in the last few years at losing games in the final, 10 minutes of a game or in the third or fourth quarter. Like, they know they can play a good half. They can play a good quarter. They are not a 4-quarter team. And that's something that bringing a guy in like Matt Eberflus should change that with the attitude adjustments and the culture changes that you're bringing in with the new head coach. Right now, the Bears are in a way better position that people give them credit for. And they're at the very beginning of a new regime. So why not, they always talk about buy the dip and you buy stocks at a low price. What better time to buy in on the Bears than right now?